Hello friends. Uh, After completion of your graduation or whenever you are going to face the interviews, the person will ask you the question, and some of the question may be related to induction motor. Since we know that, okay, so there are two types of induction motors. First is the squirrel cage induction motor, and second is slippery induction motor. The interview person will ask the question, okay, so if I have the squirrel cage induction motor and I have the slippery induction motor, on what factor the torque will be depend here. Okay, so generally whenever I'm going to write here the equation for the torque T is equal to S E2 square R2 divided by R2 square plus S square X2 square. I will repeat here the equation for the torque T is equal, capital T is equal to S E2 square R2 divided by R2 square plus S square X2 square, where S is the slip, R2 is the rotor resistance of the rotor winding, X2 is the rotor reactance per phase. And okay, so if you observe here, the torque is proportional to slip value and torque is proportional to the rotor resistance. Means whenever I'm thinking that say I should get here the more torque, generally say when you require here the more torque for any application, whenever the motor has to be at starting you will require here the more torque. So the torque requirement at the starting is something more here. So that's why whenever you are going to start here the induction motor should have the moderate or high starting torque. Generally say in some cases it is achieved that the maximum torque can be achieved at the starting only, because we have seen that, okay, so the maximum torque Tm is equal to Sx2 divided by 2E2 square. Means the maximum torque is not depend on the rotor resistance value, but it depends on the condition at which, okay, so the rotor resistance becomes equal to the rotor reactance. And how to achieve the rotor resistance that is equal to rotor reactance? So to suppose X2 value is equal to 0.1 and R2 value is equal to 0.01, means the X2 value, the rotor reactance is 10 times more than the rotor resistance. So how to increase here the rotor resistance? There is no something say possibility to increase here the rotor resistance, but I can add here some resistance, and you are adding the resistance through the external process. So means I can add here per phase resistance in case of rotor winding, and that resistance is added externally. Suppose R2 is equal to 0.01, then okay, so 0.09 ohm resistance per phase if it is added to the rotor winding, okay, and this resistance is added